Many people desire to have kids, but they don't actually know the kind of kids they might have. So be fair to all children.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I just want to thank everybody who took out time to watch my previous video. Thank you for your comments, questions, and subscribing as well. And as always, I'm here to educate, inspire, and to solve problems. So if you're watching me for the first time, don't forget to click on the subscribe button, like and share with your friends and family. Today I'm going to be talking about this interesting topic, autism in Africa. What autism is all about, how our society look at this autism, how to detect it at the early stage, and powerful practical solutions to improve on the child's behavior and the family well-being. But before I get into the topic, I have two questions that I would like you to brainstorm on. The first question is, do you know that the secret of your child's success is hidden behind his or her daily routine? The second question is, do you equally know that the difference between one child and another is not what they do, but what they habitually do? So why all these questions? It's because I visited the far north region of Cameroon and I came across a child with autism spectrum disorder. What I noticed about this child was that the child had been a burden to the parents ever since that child was born. You can't imagine that a child at the age of 14 couldn't go to the washroom or eat on his own without the help of somebody. It means the parent had never known how to help the child to become independent, or because of the wrong perception of autism in Africa. Now, what is autism? Autism is a classical word, and I'm going to break it down to the simplest term. Autism is a neurodevelopmental disorder that is characterized by difficulty in communication and social interaction. What does it mean by that? It means it is a situation where a woman gave birth and the child's brain didn't develop in a usual way. So what could be the cause of this problem? It could be genetic. It could be environmental factor, like a pregnant woman walking under the sun all day long and regularly. It could be inhalation of toxic chemicals by a pregnant woman. But what we need to know is that although their brains didn't develop in a usual way, it doesn't make them different from us. The only difference is that their brains are wired differently, but it doesn't render them incapable. They are as well very smart and intelligent. Now, how does our society look at this autism? Or how do Africans perceive autism? According to my inductive and deductive research, I found out that most Africans perceive autism as witchcraft and as some sort of a supernatural related issues. And for that reason, it reduces the love and care towards their own kids. Because of this wrong perception and misconception, it has led to so many homes being broken in Africa. For example, people or relatives try to look for supernatural explanations to say that it is the child's rich uncle or father who has sold the child's brain in order to become rich. It goes same with accusing grandmothers, neighbors, friends that they are the one who have thrown a spell on the child. Moreover, even when the child is diagnosed with autism spectrum disorder, most African parents still do not accept this fact, but still believe that it is a curse attached to their child's disorder. And for that, they take little or no measure in helping the child, but wait until the child is about 12 to 20 years. That's when they start looking for solutions and miracles from pastors and specialized educators, which can never work like that. Again, the cost of medical consultation and the lack of immediate result push so many parents to look for solutions in the supernatural world by consulting a traditional healer or a shaman for solutions. These traditional healers or shamans, they have their own readings and explanations of disorder when they consult their own oracles or other divinities. Some parents even go as far as chaining those kids indoors, so you can imagine the kind of wrong perception we have in Africa. How can we start solving this kind of a problem when it is not accepted by an African parent? I will be waiting for your contributions under my comment sections. How do we detect this autism at the early stage? What we need to know here is that the signs and symptoms of autism vary from one child to another, and it's a little bit difficult to identify it at the age of 0 to 6 months. But from 6 to 24 months, there are observable signs and symptoms that you can see and start taking into considerations. But note that one sign doesn't conclude a child autistic, but several other signs. So between the age of 6 months, a parent should try as a regular to place his or her finger in the child's palms to see if the child can grasp it. If the child doesn't, I think it is a bad signal. Also, a parent should try as regular as possible to twinkle the sole of the child's feet. If the child doesn't react, then it's equally a bad signal. A parent should be able to find out if the child understands feelings or body language. Between the age of 12 months to 24 months, a parent should check communication, social interaction, if the child prefers solitude, if a child avoids eye contact, if the child can pronounce one word like mama, papa, daddy. Observe the child's body's posture and movement, and if all these things are seen, it's high time we take the child for diagnosis. And if confirmed with autism spectrum disorder, here are some of the techniques or methods I'm about to give you. This method or technique is called Reintegrative Exercises Method. This method was developed by Mr. Kotonjo Mausi. He is a specialist in education. This method works like magic. It is of high impact, it is collaborative, and it is less costly. The first reintegrative exercises method is chopping of paper into smaller pieces. That is tearing the paper into smaller pieces. What is the objective of this exercise? It works the child's finger and prepares the child to be able to hold a pencil or a pen. The second exercise is getting a bottle on one side and grains on the other side. The grains could be grains of corn, stones, peanut, whatever thing, and guide the child to feel those grains in the bottle or container. And what is the objective of this exercise? It is to get the child focused and concentrated because they lack concentration. Now the third exercise is walking on the line. This exercise is in 3 phases. The first phase is walking on the straight line, the second phase is walking on the curved line, and the third phase is walking on both lines but with obstacles on those lines. What is the objective of this one? It is to see the child's reaction to find out if the child can be able to jump over the obstacles or can walk on the obstacles. And if these exercises methods are done regularly while sending your child to an inclusive school, trust me, your child's future will be different. The child is going to be successful. And what is good about this method is that it can equally be used with children suffering from learning difficulties. I hope it inspires and educates someone. Thank you for watching, and see you in my